Hey everybody, Luke here from Click. Wanted to pull out two specific tips from this week's blog. So this week's blog is all about AI and church communications and how to utilize AI, not to totally replace and take over all of your church communications, but to use it as a tool in order to save you time each week, and to really amplify the work that you're already doing within church communications. So there's a lot of good tips and resources throughout this blog. I would really recommend checking out churchcopy.ai and churchcanvas.ai. I want to dig into two specific ones from this blog. One is exactly that, churchcanvas.ai, and this is a really good resource for creating graphics really easily utilizing AI. And you can prompt it so that the style totally matches your church's brand or the style that you're going for. And I want to show you just a couple ways for how you can practically use this. One is for sermon graphics. So something like this on Genesis. And you're basically putting in a prompt of what you're hoping to see within the graphic, and it's going to give you different options to choose from. And then you can modify it as needed. It's another great one to use for things like events. So here's just an example for Easter, and then also social media posts as well, creating the graphics for that. So really helpful resource. Yeah, definitely would recommend checking them out. And then secondly, just in thinking about church communications and how can you basically amplify the impact of a single sermon without adding much work. So here is an idea for that. Something we recommend doing with all your sermons is uploading them to YouTube, so that people can find them there. And a few things that you can do from here as well. So once you do upload a sermon to YouTube, you have options. Something I want to show you, and this is an example from the church that I go to, is it'll give you this transcript option, and you can basically see the whole transcript of the whole video here. And you can go ahead and jump to different spots. But something that is nice to do on here as well is basically selecting the entire transcript, copying it. And then something you can do is go into an AI platform. So the one that I'm using today is Grok, which is very similar to if you've used ChatGPT or Gemini. Very, very similar. I basically asked for the transcript from the video, and I also pasted in that transcript as well. And it's giving me a summary of basically how it was broken down. And something else I want to do is basically get a draft of 3 different Instagram posts based on the sermon. So it pulls up a graphic, which you can or you cannot use. A lot of them may not match your brand style, and that's another reason I would go back and use something like churchcanvas.ai. It's built for that, but for getting quick captions of potential Instagram postees, this is really great. Mainly for getting ideas. You may want to use this word for word, but I often would recommend looking at it. But as a starting point and getting the ideas, incredibly helpful. So, okay, well, that's it for today's video. Let us know if you have any questions, and we will be jumping into the next video of the AI series shortly. All right.